Coming up, I'm going to be talking about a potential second season of Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm going to give you my first initial thoughts on the brand new British original series Rivals, plus I got an update on Indiana Jones films. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start off talking about a brand new series called Rivals. Now, this one is a British original. It's going to be on Disney Plus here in the UK and on Disney Plus around the world. It'll also be on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus in the United States, coming out on Friday, October the 18th. So there are 8 episodes, and this one is based on Jilly Cooper's book of the same name. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to get into spoilers or anything like this, but I had so much fun watching this show. It is raunchy, it is very British, it's kind of... The only way I can kind of describe it is like if you had Carry On films meets EastEnders meets Succession. It doesn't make a lot of sense. There's lots of comedy in here. It's full of sex. It's kind of, if you thought like Pam and Tommy and Welcome to Chippendales just kind of didn't quite fit right on Disney Plus, Rivals fits in that same kind of boat. Pretty much it starts off with a sex scene. It's all the way through it. The people are romping. But there's so much to it. The British cast in here is fantastic. You've got David Tennant. You've also got Daniel Dyer. It's just really, really fun. It's definitely not for everyone. It's gonna, I think, some people are just not gonna like it. I love the fact that it's set in the 80s. It's got some fantastic music in there. The props, the hair, the costumes. Everything just brings you back to that era. Everything is a success. It's just a lot of fun. It was kind of one of those weird things of like watching it thinking, I've not really seen a show like this for ages. It felt more traditional. It's big budget. They spent a lot of money on locations and stuff. Gotta think this is definitely a series that probably wouldn't be greenlit or given the budget if it was done today. I definitely recommend, if you like something a little bit more serious in terms of your comedy kind of things, or you want something that's a bit of a guilty pleasure, something that you shouldn't really be liking, but you do, because that's for me what this was. It's very tacky. It's kind of one of those weird situations of there's so much about this which you shouldn't like, but you do, and I think that's going to be one thing for this show. I'm hoping that people will find it, people will check it out. And yeah, just kind of give it a chance. It is very different. I think American audiences might be a little bit taken back to what it's all about and stuff. But I wasn't too sure. The fact that I had such a great cast, David Tennant, etc., meant that I was going to be in on it, and I wanted to give it a go. I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes. Can't wait for everyone to be able to watch it. But yeah, really good recommendation. It's not going to be for everyone. If you don't like, raunchy, and you don't like it to be that kind of thing, and then this probably is not going to be for you. It's definitely something you don't want to have with your parents on or anything like that. This is, it is a very interesting show. I did enjoy it, and I'm hoping that other people do. Great to see British drama and British stuff coming out from Disney Plus. We've been getting a lot less of it. I think we're going to see even less of it. But this is a high quality British series, something that you just don't see so much, especially on Disney Plus. Thoroughly recommend it. Really, really, give this one a go when it comes out. As I said, it's not for everyone, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting. But let me know if you're looking forward to watching Rivals when it drops on Hulu in the US and on Disney Plus internationally. Love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Shifting gears now, let's now talk about Indiana Jones films. So last week, I'm just catching up with a few stories that broke while I was away on vacation. All 4 of the Indiana Jones films were removed from Disney Plus. This was something that I wasn't really expecting. Disney doesn't announce this stuff in advance, so you just never know. Just one day they were gone. Now, it's important to note with the Indiana Jones films, they are actually distributed by Paramount Pictures. While Disney did acquire the rights to Indiana Jones when it brought Lucasfilm, and obviously has gone on to create Dial of Destiny, which is still on Disney Plus, so you can still watch that one. I mean, it's not great, but it's still better than the Crystal Skull one. So that one's still there because Disney distributed that one. But when Disney did make the deal when Dial of Destiny came out, it looks like it was a much shorter deal. I thought this might have been a long-term deal. Yeah, it was barely. I don't think it was even 18 months. Hopefully at some point Disney will kind of either buy the full license for it and get it all back, or if they'll just license it. It does feel a bit of a mistake for them not to have these classic films on there. But yeah, it's maybe they're just feeling like, maybe not enough people watched it to warrant spending it. Maybe Paramount wanted too much money. I don't know, but hopefully in the future they do get it back. And I had a lot of people commenting to me about, the fact they've got it on physical media, which is obviously a great thing for these older movies and stuff. But again, it does highlight that Disney Plus is just a service that offers you a selection of films and shows. It is not your personal collection, and you're just basically renting access to their collection, and nothing in there is permanent. So it's definitely something that you do need to be aware of. But yeah, unfortunately, you can watch it on other platforms like Paramount Plus or anything like that. And I'm sure it's going to be on TV over Christmas, because that's when I always watch it. I always end up watching it again whenever it's on Channel 4 or BBC over Christmas. And I know I'll do the same again this year. But let me know what you think of this in the comments below. And finally, now shifting gears, we're going to be now talking about Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. So back in 2022, Disney released the first season of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Had a really good reaction initially, lots of great reviews, huge ratings, but gradually it dipped off. Audience was a little bit hit and miss on it. I thought there was elements to it that was really good. I did find the whole idea of Leia being kidnapped twice felt a little bit like if this was a movie, we'd have only done that once. And the whole series felt a bit like a movie just cut up, and it could have been a bit tighter. And it kind of ended, and it was always this kind of like weird thing of, we've seen other shows get second seasons, and Ewan McGregor has been out talking about the idea of potentially doing more of it. So he was at the Los Angeles Comic-Con over the weekend, and he kind of was asked about it, and he kind of gave a little bit of a vague answer, but also kind of maybe teased that something could happen in the future. He said, "We are definitely hoping to make more of the show," but instead went on to also kind of tweak his words a little bit, then saying, "Exploring, that would be the word to say." When asked what he would like to do in the second season, he said, "There are a couple of things. I would quite like to wear the armor. I was speaking to someone earlier from the Clone Wars. I think that would be something that I would enjoy." He went on to add, "That way Hayden and I can get back together again." And he also said that there's lots of different stories that could be used, either through flashbacks. He said, obviously, between the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi series and when Alec Guinness is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and obviously in the original Star Wars film, they've got a few more stories to tell there. Now, I'm not too sure about the idea of there being more stories to tell. I think it's a very kind of closed book, really. We see at the beginning of Star Wars A New Hope that Obi-Wan Kenobi is kind of just there, and he's been there for a long time. And I think kind of watering that down with him going off and doing extra missions and stuff for the Rebel Alliance, I just don't think that really fits. I think personally, while I'd love to see Ewan McGregor return, I think it might be just time just for Disney just to move on and start creating stories with other characters and just move away from this era. We've obviously seen Obi-Wan Kenobi return. We've had that little adventure again with him. But do you think that we should see more of Obi-Wan Kenobi? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.